Alright, the Evolution chop saw. For the most part, this thing has been quite awesome. It's cut everything I've thrown at it. There are a few small things that I wouldn't mind seeing a little different. The reason that I bought this, there was several cheaper models in the $250 range, but after reading a bunch of reviews, actually a lot of reviews, this was about $100 or so more. I think this was $369, give or take, on Amazon. And I just got it all, well, put together. It was pretty much plug and play, which I like that. But we are going to take my first cut with it and see what we think about it.
Hey guys, Kapper here and welcome back. Quick note, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to follow us, go ahead and subscribe. So the Evolution 15-inch chop saw, I'm going to run through this thing as quick as I can, show you some of the different cuts that I've made that have ended up in projects, and wrap it all up here as succinctly as I can. So let's roll.
Man, that is sweet. All right, the first weld's just to secure that base plate down. This is a fixed head here, so I've had a few cuts where this could be nice to be a lot smaller, you know, with a smaller piece or something that's a little bit uneven. It'd be nice to have interchangeable heads where you just slide them up and down, but it is what it is. You know, this thing opens up so you can get in and out pretty easy.
One issue I do have with this threaded clamp design is when you snug it really tight, you know, so you're holding the piece that you're cutting really snug, it is kind of hard to get off of there. That is kind of a challenge. And also when you're cutting like smaller pieces, you need like a minimum length, I think, of 1.5 to 1.75 inches. So if you want to cut like a small piece, it makes it quite challenging there. This is a angle iron right there. So I've also cut 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches rolled steel. I mean, this thing is made for cutting mild steel, and to be honest, I'm not a steel expert, so I may have cut more than mild steel. But anyways, I fabricate all of my implements like this so that they go quick attach on my tractor, just to make life a lot easier.
The only thing I haven't tried yet is the 45 cuts. So I'm going to be trying one soon on a project, I think.
Actually, since this, I have tried a couple of 45 angle cuts, and I actually did it with a very, very small square pieces of iron. I think they were only about 1/4 inch square, and it worked quite well. Here, you know, you could straighten out ends really nicely. This was a torch cut, and this next project here, we fabricated a nice 2-inch receiver for a hitch adapter, and then ended up on the Polaris like this.
All right, there it is. Phil said it's all finished. We're gonna go test it.
So prior to getting this chop saw, I did almost all of my cutting with angle grinders with cutting discs. I also used a like a Milwaukee reciprocal saw.
But otherwise, it has made cutting steel 100 times easier for me. There's no doubt. With all the different kind of cuts that I've already made with it, it's already almost paid for itself. There's no doubt about that.
So all in all, I give this chop saw a 4-star rating out of 5. And like I said, the main things are If it had interchangeable heads there on the clamp, and if the clamp wasn't so hard to get off every time, because it's kind of stripping the threads just a little bit, and you need a minimum piece of somewhere around 1 3/4 inches, give or take. But otherwise it's perfection as far as being able to cut. And that's one other thing here. You see how that little end flew off of there. If you do cut a small piece, it will fling it. It'll fling it away from you, but you just don't want anybody standing in that direction. But overall, 4 stars out of 5 for this chop saw, and it has made life a lot easier for me around the farm. So we'll catch you on the next go around. Thanks very much. Kapper out. Standing right up. Well, future note to self there, don't have anybody standing in front of it when you're cutting a short piece that's going to be left.